morning, Bird Gang. I hope all you guys are doing well. It's a super exciting day, and with another live event with Wilzer from Aidelly. Wilzer, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Super excited to be here, and I'm excited for this event. Excited to just continue to show Adely, and thank you to you and Umar for this amazing opportunity. It's been great meeting everybody. So very
No
excited.
worries. Really appreciate that. So there is a lot of excitement for this tool. Again, it changes the whole dynamic how people use the social media schedule tool, and with Aidly you can change that, and it's not that complicated. It's super easy. So I do see a lot of people have a lot of questions. Uh, lot of excitement towards Aidly, and I just want to make sure that we are live on our group and YouTube. So just bear with me. I'm just going to quickly check
Mhm.
to make sure that. And guys, if you do see us live, please feel free to comment. Um, just bear with me. Okay. So I am guessing we are live, but I don't see my live. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, so we are live. Facebook have made some changes, so it's a bit harder to go live nowadays. So, Wilzer, can you tell us why you build Aidly? Uh, who's behind, like the team size, and tell us about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So Adely, really why we built it was because of the frustration that we had ourselves. And so to give a little backstory, me and my wife, we are the co-founders of the company. And we have another advisor who's working with us as well, who guides us, sort of like a mentor. So it's three of us who are on this team. And my wife and I, before we started Adely, we had a web design studio that we ran called JB Tech Solutions, and we built websites for people using WordPress and different tools. And that was our first business. And our biggest frustration with that business was the marketing aspect. We knew there were tools out there, but the amount of time it took for us to market was still, it was too much compared to the amount of time we needed to put into it. And so that led us to, just look and see, okay, is there any tools out there that can make this quick, easy, and also, sound like us, speak like us, look like us. And at that time, this was like a few years ago, 2023, AI was still kind of new, wasn't as big as it is now. And so there weren't many tools out there that could do an AI sort of like integrated brand with scheduling with all these different tools. There weren't many tools out there, and so we decided this is something that we struggled with, and so most likely other people struggle with it as well. So let's build something ourselves. And so we are a software development team. I have spent 15 years in professional software with different companies, major companies, building apps, building software solutions. And so, with my expertise, with my wife's expertise with marketing and business, we decided to build Adely. And so, the key problem we're solving is we're removing the friction that business owners have when it comes to posting online on social media. There's a lot of
Yeah,
friction now with dashboards and clicking around the UI and doing all these things. So, we wanted to find a way to make it even easier for anyone to just go in, chat with the agent, and get something posted rather than spending too much time in a dashboard. So that was our goal with Adely.
yeah, it's actually a great idea. To be honest with you, I see all these automations are coming in, and you can just say what you want, and the tool will do it for you. And this is where it's heading. And I have seen a lot of like, even I use social media scheduler products, to schedule our own posts, and I see, like, there is a gap, and they haven't keep up with it. And I think the social media tool will be like this. And I'm glad that you guys build this tool, because it does make it very easy for people just typing in and telling them, and okay, what exactly I want, and give you the all the options. Um, can you tell me about the name? The like, is there like some kind of
Mhm.
history behind it, and why the name is like that?
Yeah, sure. So Aidelly, it's a few different things. So first, the first word you can pull out of it is aid, AID. And so we see Aidelly as a helper to your business. It's not going to replace your team. It's not going to replace your marketer or whoever, but it's going to help them. It's going to help you. It's going to help your team be more efficient and be more ultimately more impactful on your with your client, your audience. And so that's where the aid comes in. Also, the first two letters AI, we snuck that in there to show that hey, this is an AI powered tool. We do leverage AI to make workflows faster, and we leverage AI to just aggregate information quicker. And then just it sounds catchy, so Adely, we just kind of you
Makes
know,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah,
thought of a catchy name.
it is very difficult to pick names nowadays, and a lot of domains have already been taken. And whenever you have a good name, you can't find the domain. So I do see the struggle. I do hunt domains. Whenever I
Mhm,
see guys spend hours hunting for domains.
mhm.
So another thing, where you guys based off? Where you guys located? Like you know, the company.
Yeah, so we're all based in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta,
Nice.
Georgia. This is where I was born.
And we
Yes,
are
sir.
both in the same time zone, which is Eastern
Yes,
time zone, and works best for us. We
yes.
do have a few questions already coming in, and again, guys, I wanna let you know we are doing one giveaway for 50% off coupon. People who are joining in, asking questions, they will select one of the winners. So keep the questions coming in. We'll try our best to go through all the questions. Um, I just want to give me 1 second. We have John, we have Dixon, we have JD, we have Rohit, we have Randall, we have Kitty, we have Emma. Thank you guys for joining in. So please do ask questions. Let us know if you have any set of request feature, please ask. Uh, and I know, like, we do have, I think, couple of few announcements
Mhm.
about the few updates that was done overnight, and I'm surprised. Would you mind sharing your screen and show us the demo how the tool works so the audience get the idea?
Absolutely. Let me share my screen now. Okay, click and share, and just feel free to give me a thumbs up or let me know if everything looks, if you can see my screen, everything looks
Perfect.
good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just do a walkthrough of Adely, and there's a lot with Adely. There's a lot of tools, a lot of features, so I'm going to take my time, but I want to just cover sort of the main workflows and also touch on some features that would just help you create content faster, post faster, all those things. And so when you first sign up for Adely, you're going to go through an onboarding section, which I already covered, and it's just getting basic information about your business. So it's going to ask you about your business name. It's going to ask you your website, and it's going to scan your website just to get more information. And then you're also going to connect your social media platforms, which I'm going to show you first, just so everyone knows how to access that. You also connect all your social media platforms, and then from there you end up here. So you end up on the homepage. You see it on my sidebar. These are all my tabs, and here I'm on the homepage. The homepage is very simple. You just see, good morning. You see the input box. You see some suggestions, and from there you can start to talk to the agent. But before that, I want to make sure I show you guys where the social media connections are, because that's very important. There's You can click to the right here. If you see on the left, you see brand. Your brand tab is where you go to connect your social media accounts. So I'm going to click on brand, and then this is my brand profile. I'm then going to click over to the social tab. So you see a social tab right here. You see profile, social, memory, documents. Go to click social. And then from social, you see I have all my social media connections, and some of them I haven't connected yet. But you see, I can connect all these different platforms. Um, so this is where you go to connect your platforms, and then once you have that completed, head back to the home tab. And from the home tab, you can simply ask Adely whatever you want it to do. If you want to create content, you can ask it. If you want to, talk about analytics, if you want to plan, research ideas, Whatever you want to do, you just simply ask. And so to help you further, we give you some options down here. These are just different type of things you can do with Aidelly. There's much more you can do, but these are some sort of some basic things. So I'm just going to click this suggestion right here, which says draft content. And so it's going to create a new chat. It's going to tell Aidelly, hey, I want to draft some content, and it's going to create the content. So I'm going to click that now. You can also type in here whatever you want. But if you just click here, it's going to start a new chat. And you see here, it not only said draft content, but it said draft content related to Aidelly, and it has all my brand information already, which I'm going to show you how to update that later. But you see, I clicked draft content, and it created my draft. And so you see, it not only created a draft based on my brand, but it made sure it has my messaging, my call to action. It has everything about me, so everything about Aidelly. So you don't have to spend your Sunday scheduling posts for 6 different platforms. So this already gives me the content that I can then use to post. I can edit it if I want to. I can repurpose that content. I can save it for later, or I can create an image as well. So I'm going to go down here, and this input box is where you can continue the conversation. And for anyone who's used ChatGPT, Claude, this is very familiar. It's very, similar to those tools. But here, I'm going to say create an image for Facebook. And so it's going to create an image for Facebook that's going to be based on this content. All right. So I'm going to send that. So it's going to start creating the image. And so while that's going, I will say we are using the latest image model for ChatGPT, which is, in my opinion, one of the best models out right now, image-wise. It does take longer to create images, but on the flip side, the image quality is amazing. I've been amazed by it, honestly, especially with like the text. And so it's great for social media graphics, infographics, comparison charts, things like that have a lot of text. And so we decided to add it to Aidelly as the default image model. So it does take a little bit longer because it takes time to really process the image. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer here. But while that is running, we do have tools down here, which I'll show in a second. And you can do different things. So you can repurpose content. So if I wanted to repurpose this into a LinkedIn or a blog post or whatever, I could do that by clicking this button here. If I wanted to, edit it and post it myself and kind of just tinker with the content, maybe I don't like this final line. Maybe I want to change a few words or anything. Instead of asking the agent, I can just click edit, and it'll open the edit view off to the side, and it will allow me to edit my image. And so also we have a draft system where you can save drafts to use later. So let's say you like this, but you don't want to post it yet. You can save it to your drafts, and they can come back and use it later. And so a lot of different things you can do. So as you see, it took a while, but trust me, the quality is leaps and bounds better. And so this is sort of, I kind of just said create an image, but if you say something more specific, it'll tailor that image specifically to what you want. And so this is the image it created. Looks really good. It says, too many platforms, and it has the logos, and so this is really good. This is really good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to post it to Facebook. Let's say post it now to Facebook. And so what it's going to do is going to take this image, it's going to take the content, and it's going to post all of this to Facebook. And so if we scroll down, okay, yeah, if you scroll down here, you see that it says ready for approval. And so everything that we do within the chat agent, it goes through approval. So we're not gonna, when you say post now, it's not gonna just fire it out. It's gonna make sure that you're happy with the content, everything looks good. You can still have a chance to edit if you want. So we make sure we put you in control, and we don't just fire things out without your approval. And so it shows you here, it's gonna post to my Facebook page for Aidelly. And I can just click approve and publish. And it's going to start doing that. Publishing to Facebook. You can also edit and add more platforms as well. So it's very, very customizable to how you want to work. And so awesome. See, we got confetti, publish to Facebook. There's a link to view the post. Let's click on that. And beautiful, beautiful. We see we have our image here, have everything here. So that's awesome. So this is how easy it is to post to Aidelly, right? So it's just as easy as having a conversation. And from there, we can continue the discussion. We can say schedule to a different platform, repurpose it. There's really, the limit is just, what you want to do, your imagination, honestly. And so also before we head off this page, I do want to show you the tools here. In this tools section, you can do different things. You can add, upload files, photos, videos into the chat, work with those as well. You can create image, which will be like more specifically create an image about this and about that. Post composer, I'll quickly show this. This is just the more, this is like the edit view. You can edit things before you send it out. You have more settings here if you want to have more deeper control. Cancel. You have the prompt library, which I'll show as we go through, but this is pretty much, if you have a prompt that you really like, you can save that prompt and reuse it, excuse me, over and over again. Recent media will just pull up my recently saved photos and images. And then we have a few more things here. We have the inbox, we have the calendar, and all these tools pretty much will just start a chat and send a message and say, hey, review my inbox, or hey, review my upcoming calendar, things like that. Review my analytics, things like that. And so I hope this clearly shows you how easy it is to post with Aidelly. And that's because we want our mission, and I keep repeating this, our mission is to remove the friction between you and posting. And a lot of business owners we talk to, that was the number one pain point. It's like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to be posting. I want to post. I need to post to promote myself, but it's just frustrating to go on LinkedIn, type, you have to post the image. It doesn't feel easy to do for us naturally.
Yeah, I think also another thing, a lot of people, like especially like business owners or entrepreneurs, they want to make a post. First thing, they don't have idea like what to post. They
Right.
know their business, but they still like, somehow like, maybe they might have a couple of ideas, but that's about it, right? And then, you have to have time, the idea, and okay, I got the idea. Now I have to write the content, and okay, now I have to use something else, chat GPT or something, to write me a content. Then I gotta find image, okay, but I don't know how to create the image. I gotta find somebody to create the image, or I'll just use some other tool. So I see the problem you are trying to solve. It's like it gives you the idea, and then you can generate different ideas and generate images, and you can change images, and you can post it all in one. And I see, and this is where the things get exciting, that all the other old tools, that the schedule media tools don't really offer that. They haven't catch up to it, right? And I see like the people now moving forward are going to be using tools like Aidelly, right? Because that solves the whole problem. Everything is just happening. You just throw an idea, you get 10 different ideas. And I know hopefully we'll cover the bulk posting, where you can schedule for 30 days or 7 days, or 20 days, whatever, and it happens. And so
Okay.
keep going.
Awesome. Yep. Awesome. So for the remainder of the demo, I'm going to walk through the rest of the features. So this one might be a little bit, I'll take a little bit less time on each feature because there's a lot. But I do want to cover some workflows, some interesting use cases that you can use with Aidelly, just to give you guys some more ideas like, hey, I can use it this way or that way.
Yeah.
But the core feature is the Agentic, the chat that you see here. And all the features I'm going to cover, you can access all of them through just the chat. So if you want to just use chat only and access your inbox, access your calendar, repurpose content, check your analytics. You can do all those things through this chat. But we know some people, I wanted to make sure that we, cater to the people who they like dashboards, they like to click around, they like to see everything and have more control. And so that's why we built these other pages as well. So first things first, if you want to just post directly, you come to this create post button. So you see this big create post button here. Maybe you have your content already in mind. You already have what you need. You just need to post it and just be quick and let's just get it out. You can come here. This is also where you have your saved drafts. I have drafts here from before. And so here I can just add media, add my caption. You can also create a caption here if you want it as well. Select my platforms. This just gives you a bit more control if you just want to post very quickly, know what you want. Of course, you can also schedule to your calendar for later. And so that is the post. That's what the post page is here is for. And so speaking of the calendar, I'm going to quickly show the calendar. And the calendar is where you see all of your content all at once, your recent posts, your upcoming posts. As you see here, you're getting a live look at my calendar, my post calendar. So I have posts going out every day. And, I use Aidelly to promote Aidelly. So I would be kind of a hypocrite if I didn't use my own tool to promote. So I use Aidelly every day. I use the, Claude to help with certain automations, things like that. But mainly, I come here on the calendar to just see all my content. And you see here, this is what I just posted. My recent post, you can see the future posts that you have over here. And I have posts going out on X, on Threads, on different platforms. So this is the calendar. So from the calendar, you can also schedule content. So if I wanted to schedule a post directly from the calendar, I can do that here. Let me close that. If I wanted to do bulk fill, which is a feature that you mentioned, Sam, that we can add content to your calendar in bulk. So let's say you wanted to fill the next 7 days of content. You can do that in one command, right? And so you can do up to 30 days of content. You can select your platform, select your content. It can do text only or text and image. So it creates an image for each post and puts it on your calendar. And then after it creates the content, you have to go ahead and approve it. Okay. We don't just schedule it. We make sure that you like the content. You can always edit it and then approve it. But the goal of just getting content on your calendar, that's handled with the bulk fill. So definitely, very powerful feature. Definitely recommend you take a look at that. All right. So that's the calendar. Let's go over to the inbox. And the inbox is where you're going to manage your comments, your DMs, automations, and different things. You can also access your Google reviews here, respond to your reviews. So anything that involves, responding to customers, we put it in the inbox tab. So see, we have comments here. Different comments that I can respond to. I
was pretty shocked when I saw that it also can reply for Google reviews. I thought it was just posting, but when I saw the review, I was like, oh wow, that's a nice feature. And I see that the intent behind this tool is like for a lot of small businesses and agencies to use it. And if Aidelly has that feature, why not use it? If it works, why not use it? So I see the little details that you have put in on Aidelly, right? So it's really nice to see that
Absolutely.
review option, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It was a great idea that we got. And so we decided to add it. And it just helps to see everything kind of in one place. If you have your comments here, why not just see your reviews here too? Have all your feed, in one place. So we just want to make it as easy as possible for business owners. So this is the inbox. You can, respond by just typing if you want, things. You can respond with AI and AI draft, which will draft the response and, just based on the content. You can also do the same thing with your DMs. And also you can we have keyword automation, which is a very powerful tool. A lot of businesses are built around just this, or they have it as an add-on. But we include it with Aidelly. You can select an Instagram account, set up a keyword, and set up a message that sends out whenever somebody replies to the any post that you have with that keyword. And so let's say you're running a campaign and say, let's, respond with Aidelly and I'll send you a free PDF or whatever it is. And somebody comments Aidelly, you're going to respond back, thanks automatically. You're going to DM them automatically, all just from one single automation. So it's a very powerful tool for Instagram. We are thinking about adding more platforms, and so platforms will come. We'll announce them when that time comes. But definitely very powerful tool here. And yeah, we already mentioned Google reviews. It's a great place to just aggregate and reply to all your reviews. And so yeah, that's the inbox page. I'm going to head over to a few other pages. Let's go over to the media. Media is very basic. Just you have all your media here, have all your uploads. You can sort by different types of posts, things like that. These are all my AI generated images. You can see your videos that you uploaded, things like that. So very just easy just to see what you've already worked with. So I won't spend too much time on this. Pretty basic. We have the repurpose page on right here. So I'm going to click repurpose. And this is a very exciting tool because a lot of times, you post to one platform and then you want to also post to another platform, but different platforms have differing variations of what works on that platform. And so what works as a Facebook post might not really work as a Twitter thread or LinkedIn post. So to solve that, we have the repurpose feature where you can add a link to any page, for example, an article, blog post, Substack, newsletter, website, whatever it may be. You can choose a YouTube video. So if you upload a YouTube video that you've made or whatever YouTube video, it can transcribe that video and repurpose the content into different forms. Very, very, very powerful. You can also upload a PDF. You can enter text. You can also repurpose a post that you've already scheduled. And so very powerful tools that you have to repurpose and recreate content. And so for this, I'm going to let's just click this one and see what this is. Okay, this is a video. Let's see if I have anything else. Okay, let's do this one. Yeah, this is like a basic LinkedIn post. And let's say I want to make this into let's say I want to make it into a thread, or yeah, let's do a thread. Let's say I want to make a YouTube video out of it, a YouTube short. Let's do short script. And then Substack. I've been using Substack lately. Let's say you want to make a Substack note. And then you click those three platforms. It shows you your credit cost. And then you simply hit repurpose, and it begins to repurpose. It takes some time. And it takes that scheduled post that I have for LinkedIn, and it's going to repurpose it to those three platforms, right? So it's working on one. So as that's going,
Will, sir, is it gonna create a video, a small clip of video or something? YouTube video?
No, it's going to create a script. So it's going to create just the outline, just the script.
Just a script.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
and just while it's doing this thing, just asking a quick question on. I've noticed that YouTube also offers like a posting option, and I've noticed some of the schedule link platform does not offer that. They just offer like a YouTube video posting, but not image posting.
Yeah, so that's something that I think the YouTube API, they're still building out that functionality. I don't know if that's fully available yet, because we did look into adding YouTube posts, because I know community posts, that's a big feature.
Exactly.
Once that's enabled in the API, and I'll have to check now. Maybe it's updated. I'll have to check again.
Yeah. So they definitely look into it, because I've seen like many on the schedule media post tools. They have video posting, but not the actual posting. And I was looking for specifically this feature, and I was like, I don't know why they don't have it. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention. We do have okay. So is it done? Okay, it is done. Okay,
it's done. So you see, it created the thread based on my LinkedIn post. It created a short script. So you see, you have the hook, have like just every line of the shorts. It has a Substack note. And so from here, I can, if it's Substack, I can copy it and go, post on Substack. YouTube, same. Twitter, I can go and save it as a draft and start to post. So you start to see how from one piece of content you can create many different pieces of content. And so if I wanted to run this again, I just unselect everything, and I can pick different platforms. And so this just shows you that if you have one great piece of content, don't just let it stay on one platform. Try to find ways to repurpose it. So that's kind of the goal here. All right. So are we good on time? Okay, I can show a few more of these features, and then we can take questions if that's fine. So
Yeah.
So I'll quickly show a few more. Let's go to automation. Automation, it's used for not only bulk content creation, which I kind of touched on inside the calendar, but also you can create content on a schedule. So let's say I won't run this now because it takes time to kind of hit the schedule, create the content, but I'll just show you. Let's say you want to create a Facebook post every week. You would come down here, you would select weekly. You would pick one post every run, or you can pick up to 5. You would choose when you want to start the automation and the time. And then you also have some other options here for, let's say you want to create a post every week and then automatically schedule that post on your calendar. You will click the schedule post for right here and then say, I create the content at 10:30. I don't want to schedule it for 11:30, an hour later. That can be done here too as well. So, and also, of course, you have your prompts, what the theme of the content is. So this is a very powerful tool, and just the fact that it can create content for you every single week. So if every Monday you want to have a tip about your business, industry insights or whatever it may be.
That is really good feature.
Yeah,
That's really good feature.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say if somebody's managing a page for food or cooking and stuff like that, and every, let's say, Friday she wants to, or he wants to post about like the sweets, or different kind of sweets or whatever, something related to sweet dish, right? So they can do this on a weekly basis, on specific time. This post will be on weekly basis, keep going, talking about sweets.
Yes, exactly. You just come down here to the prompt and say, hey, this is a weekly post about sweets. Write something about sweets, and it'll make that post every week.
Another example I'll give you, like for example, automobile, right? So if you have a mechanic and you have your own page, and on the weekend you get a lot of windshield issues or flat tire issues, and I can specifically say, okay, every Saturday or every Friday, or I want to post about like a windshield repair or a flat tire repair, right? And it will do it, right? Because that's when you get most of the customer coming in, and you want to make that post a bit ahead of time, a day before. Excellent idea, amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Very impressive.
So we know a lot of people like to do those type of workflows, so we definitely built that in for that reason. Yep. So
Perfect.
we're excited about that. So yeah, so it's the automation page. And once your content's created, I have some content here. You'll see pending, approved, rejected. You'll be able to see the content here before you approve it. So you'll be able to tweak things. You can add an image, upload an image, attach, but all the content will be here just waiting for you to just go through and say, okay, yep, that looks good. Yep, that looks good. And ship it out. So very customizable to your workflow as well. So awesome. Yep. So, okay, let's go down to the prompt library on this left side. So the prompt library, main use case for this is if, let's say you have, like you said, let's say you have a prompt that you like about sort of similar content, you can save it here and reference it in the chat agent. So instead of saying, okay, create a post about this, and then the next day you say the same thing, create a post about the same thing. Instead, here you can just create the outline of that prompt, and it'll create the content automatically. And so, for example, we have this Instagram caption generator, which a lot of people, and me included, you have a great image, but you're like, okay, what do I write for the caption? I don't know what to write. Do I add hashtags? Do I do this? Do I do that? You can easily come here and just write the topic and call to action, or even add a comment call to action here, and it will generate the content here instantly. You can also just save the prompt if you want to use it for later. And so these are all prompts that we provide to you. But if you want to do your own, like let's say you want to create from scratch, you can create right here. This is, I mean, this is a little bit more technical or advanced, but all it is, you're filling out some more details. And this is just to give people more customizability, over what they want to create. And so, you can enter fields here, click save, and it'll be shown in your list of workspace prompts. Okay, so that's the prompt library. So very, very cool, very powerful topic here, very powerful feature here. So let's move on to analytics. And analytics, let's see. Okay, yeah, here we go. Analytics pretty much goes through all your connected platforms and collects information about recent posts, recent data, and compares it with trends and all things like that. So we definitely want to give a tool that not only gives you the data but also gives you insights on that data. And so you see I have all my platforms here that I've connected. Some of them I haven't connected yet or haven't really posted on recently, but I just connected them just to show you. And so if we go down here, we have suggested moves. So this is something personal to me. It's like, okay, I know that a lot of tools have analytics, but what do all the numbers mean? What do I do with this information? I see nice graphs. I see all the numbers, but what should I do next based on these numbers? And so we give you some suggested moves based on the numbers, and then we take the AI and kind of aggregate data and kind of give you some strategic insights on your numbers. And so we see here, we say threads leads visibility. So what that means is, okay, threads, you have most views on threads, so maybe attack that platform more. Or your best posting window is between in the evening, so maybe attack that time more. Or so this gives you different this will be different for everybody. It gives you different tips on what to do to kind of keep the momentum going with your content. And also for different platforms, we have the ability to see post level as well. So you see down here, I have my X posts. I like to post about developer things, vibe coding on my X. So that's what I use it for. So you see I have a post about Claude and things like that. And so it shows you the engagement, the visibility, all those things. Some platforms, they don't give you all the numbers, but we use the platforms that do give us the numbers, and we show that here. So that is the analytics page. Awesome. So, okay. Few more things I'm going to show. I'm going to show you guys the brand next. And the brand is where you're going to manage your brand profile. And I showed that a little bit before, but this is pretty much where you'll see, all of your different features, different settings you can add. You can see I have brand colors, which I, for some reason, I don't know why I changed it to this, but I guess I was testing something. But you have your brand colors. You have your brand voice, which you can set here. This will all be fed into the agent. And so when you're creating content in the agent or anywhere else in the app, it'll pull from all this brand content. So you have your business goals. This is important. So to say, okay, what is your goal with Aidelly? What is your goal with your business? What are you trying to achieve? And it'll write content to match that. And then you have some key fields here, your main offer, some more details on your writing style, and your target audience. You can also, all these fields are actually pulled from clicking the generate from website. So this actually goes and fetches your site, scans the landing page, scans how you sound, how you write, and it updates these fields here. So very easy just to connect your site.
This is an excellent feature, by the way, because I do use AI tool, but I don't use it as much like my colleague use, and sometimes that's where I get stuck. Things like these, right, where I have to mention how I want the AI to be responding. Like for example, in Claude, I have to mention what I want the Claude to do and what my brand is about. And that's where I get stuck. I'm like, okay, this is something I can generate, and it will look at my branding, look at my content on my website. It will understand my business, and tells me what I need to, how I need to set up my brand, which is excellent feature. Just heads heads off on that.
Thank you. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so a few more things on this page. I already mentioned the social tab. I'll just show it again because it's very important. So social tab here is where you connect all your platforms. So make sure you come here first. You do it through your onboarding, but in case you skipped it or something, you want to disconnect or reconnect or whatever it may be, you'll come here and do that. And then we also have some other options here for posting default. These are like more specific settings per platform. So let's say on Instagram, you want to hide your like count. You want to always include a first comment. You can add that here. You can also add a first comment in the post page as well, post view as well. But this is also where you can set it up. You can add things like usernames to tag. You can invite somebody to collaborate. So all the different platforms, they have different settings that are specific to those platforms. And so if you want to set something specific, make sure you come here to get that set up. So a couple more quick things on this social. You can have account groups. So let's say I have a lot of different social accounts connected and I want to just quickly select all of them. So instead of clicking on each one every time, I can create a group and say, okay, I want to do all the Aidelly pages since that's the business, and I want to do all the Wilzer pages since that's like the personal page or personal brand. I can create different groups here to accomplish that feature. So and lastly, this is just mentioned. So we created universal mentions just to allow users to have a mention that maps to different usernames. And so let's say you wanted to, in your post, talk about your business, but on Facebook, your business is at this, and on Instagram, your business is at that. Well, with the universal mentions, you just have one mention, and whenever you mention it within Aidelly, it'll know which the platform and which username to map to. So just making it easier, just to do different things when posting. And so lastly, on this page, we have the memory. And so we have the brand profile that I showed before, but we also have brand memory. And so if there are specific little things you want the agent to know about your business, you can add a memory here and it'll remember that when it creates content. So if you say, okay, never, this is a popular one, never use M dash, which we already kind of covered that. But if you want to make sure, never use M dashes because that's like AI. That's an AI tell. Or never use this word in our brand, or don't mention this competitor or whatever it might be. You can add it here in memory.
Yeah. Can you can you just show us if you click so I can that's one of the question I was gonna ask, if it's making all this content and all that thing is happening and I want to keep it on autopilot, I trust the platform that will make a good post and pick a good image and stuff like that, but I obviously don't want end up getting references cite from my competitor or someone who is a similar business, right? So this is where I guess you have to mention all the things that you either want or you don't want. Did I get that right?
Exactly. Yeah. So some we know AI sometimes can mention things or just add things in on its own. So we want to make sure we steer it in a way that's true to our brand. So yeah, absolutely. You can come here, click add memory. You can click the category. You can click the content, add an importance. So the higher the importance, the more serious it is. And yeah, so this is the list of all the memories I've created. And it references this every time it creates content to know that. For example, our customers struggle with not having enough time. It's a key pain point. So it knows, okay, this pain point is important. When I create content, let me add this pain point in somewhere because it's important to their users. So,
makes sense.
Things like that. So, okay, I'm going to show two more things. I'm going to show the workspaces and I'm going to show integrations and MCP, all that fun stuff. All right. So let's go over to workspace. So if you see this top left, every account starts off with one workspace, right? And the workspaces vary depending on your tier. So on the agency tier, you have up to unlimited workspaces. So there's no limit. On the launch tier, you have one workspace, which is tier 1. And then the middle tier, you have 4 workspaces. And a workspace is pretty much a brand. So imagine imagine, okay, I'll take myself as an example. So we have Aidelly, which is our business. That's one workspace. And then we have me personally, Wills or Jean Baptiste. Let's say I want to do
You
help
are
my
the
own.
brand, brother. You are the brand. You are the brand.
I guess so.
Love it.
And then we also have my wife here too, Emmanuela. She's, also a brand. So she has her own brand too. So we all are up under one workspace, right? So if I want to keep things separate, I just create a new workspace pretty much. And so if I go to settings here, this is my workspace settings. I can add, the logo, the workspace name. I can invite team members. So if I want to have somebody work with me on this workspace, I can invite them. They can join, and they'll only see this one workspace. They won't be able to kind of do their own thing, but they'll only see this workspace, and they can post for me, help me out, things like that. These are all my connected accounts with this workspace. And I can switch. So let me switch over to. So I switch over to Wilzer, and you see I switched over to Wilzer. And you see here, my connected accounts changed. So these are the accounts that I've connected so far, just Facebook for now, LinkedIn. And so I have sort of everything kind of separated from the Aidelly workspace. And so this is great for agencies, of course, if you have multiple clients you manage. Each client can get a workspace, their own social accounts. You can invite them to your workspace. If they want to connect their accounts and kind of keep their stuff private, you can invite them and they can connect their accounts and then you'll have access to posts. So that's where all that is managed. It's up here in this workspaces. So you just simply just click on one and you'll switch back. All your chats, your posts, images, all that stuff is saved to just one single workspace. And then also your brand is saved to one workspace. So if let's say I switch back here, now you see I have my Wilzer Jean Baptiste. So you see I have my website, my colors, different things. And so very easy just to manage different brands because everyone has, multiple brands nowadays, multiple businesses. And so that's what that's for. So awesome. All right. So last thing I'm going to show, and then we can kind of, get into questions and just, chat about that. So I'll show integrations. And this is to me, it's the most exciting part looking towards the future. We all know Claude, we all know ChatGPT. There's so many tools out there that can, that are agents, agentic, meaning they can work on their own and do decisions on their own. And so we took that into account when building Aidelly. And so we built Aidelly, an MCP server, which I won't get too technical into what everything is, but if you know what MCP server is, you understand that that's pretty powerful. So you can pretty much use Aidelly from within the Claude chat. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can just talk to Aidelly. I'll show a quick chat that I did earlier that shows that it's working. So you can also do ChatGPT, which they have a little bit more involved steps, but with every integration here, I have the exact steps to set up OpenClaw. For those of you who know OpenClaw, Hermes or Hermes, they're similar to OpenClaw, and they've gotten really popular lately. So we added integration for them. Make and Zapier, and for anyone who's developers in the chat, you instantly know what these tools are. And so this just allows us to connect and hook into already existing workflows. If you're already on Claude and you use Claude every day, you can just easily hook into Claude with Aidelly and add that as part of your workflow. Also, we have an API here. So if you just have your own custom setup that you want to do, all you got to do is create a new API key and you can add Aidelly into your custom setup. And then we have the CLI here, which is just, these are for my, I'm a developer. So I know my developers, we love CLI, we love terminal, all those type of things. So this is just for those who want to just use Aidelly from the terminal and just kind of, use it that way. And so I'll quickly show Claude in a second, but I do have one thing to announce before I show Claude. And I want to go to the settings tab here, which, by the way, settings, you can see all your stuff. You can see your account, your billing.
Should I do the drum roll for that?
Yes, go ahead and do the drum roll. Go ahead and do the drum roll.
I don't know if I have it. I don't know how good it's worked, but see.
Okay, that's good. I like it.
Did it work? I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I heard it.
You heard it? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I heard it. So, as of popular demand, there was so much excitement yesterday about Aidelly, and we had a lot of great questions, a lot of great features. But a lot of people wanted us to add bring your own key, BYOK, bring your own key. And so we added it. we literally, we worked all day yesterday. We're like, you know what, we have to add this to Aidelly. It's a great feature. It's a great idea. So pretty much what this is you can connect an Open Router API key. Open Router is pretty much a site that connects to every chat LLM imaginable: Claude, Grok, Gemini, DeepSeek, all from one place. And so you get your one API key, you add it here, and then you can customize what models Aidelly uses in the chat or throughout the entire app, really. So very, very powerful feature. We know people wanted it. I'm so excited that we were able to add it. And it's a very great tool very, very great feature to add. So here we have different types of models. You have text, fast text, vision, image generation. So you can use our suggested one, or you can, they actually added this list. Okay. I didn't see this before. So you can actually choose from this long list of different models if you want to for each one of these. And so
I do have one suggestion for you. Sorry to interrupt. I think for the models, like for example, like it comes with the AI credit already, and people who wants to use their own key, they are able to use it. But I think you should put, if it's possible, like, you do have suggested one. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure that there is a suggested one that you guys recommend to use this key instead of a different model, right? So which is I see it now. It was sorry hard to suggested is fine. I thought would be recommended or suggested, same thing, I guess. Perfect.
Yeah. So we went ahead and just suggested the best model in our opinion for each one. But definitely, if you like GPT image, you can add that. If you like Nano Banana for images, you can add that. Different types of things. If you like Claude, how Claude writes, you can add that. So yeah, awesome. So
because that we don't want to compromise on the quality, right? We don't want to compromise on the how the output quality is. So this is a great feature, actually. Good feature.
Yep. So I'm very excited about that. So awesome. So last thing I'll show is, let me switch my screen. Oh, sorry, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, no, I'm saying thank you for doing that so quickly, which is great. Again, we will make official announcement which tier that will include bring your own key, but it is rolled out, and we'll make an announcement hopefully tonight or tomorrow. So we do have questions, a lot of questions, FAQs. Do you mind checking your inbox for the same Wilzer profile? Do you mind checking your inbox quickly? I just want to see if something happened. I did comment something. Yeah, inbox or DMs or.
Okay, let me make sure it's up to date.
I'm just testing things. I don't know if that profile is connected or not, but I just thought give it a shot. So we do have a lot of questions, and I appreciate everyone. So you have your Facebook. So how does it work? So if account.
Okay, I think I'm not sure which account you connected, but it might not have picked it up yet. But I'll check and see which account that you posted, or which account I have connected to my workspace. So
no worries. So I do want to bring so there's a lot of excitement, a lot of questions. We're gonna try our best to go through all of it, and if we can go through it, somebody will comment on it and reply you back. And again, you guys already know Facebook have made it very harder for us to go through all the comments on the Facebook. So just bear with me. I think you already went over the change image, where you can, if the image is something you don't like, you can always change the image, right? Give me one second. You're sharing the screen again?
Yeah, just for 10 seconds, I just want to quickly show this is Claude, and I connected my Claude MCP. And I asked Claude, okay, what are all my connected accounts? And Claude was able to check Aidelly, use the tools, and it listed all my connected accounts here. So that's just to show you that, I'm able to connect MCP with Claude, and it's working great. I can from there post, do all things I need to do. So very, very, very cool feature there. So just wanted to show that for people who are interested in seeing, okay, how does it actually look or how does it actually work? Well, this is Claude right here. So that's it.
Perfect. So let's. I'm gonna try my best to
Okay.
go through all the questions because some of the questions that was asked earlier, I don't see it on my screen, which is annoying because I want to go through all the questions. So let's try. I'm gonna try from Rohit. Can Edley manage meta ads directly from the platform?
Meta ads, no. So right now we don't support ads. We just focus on social media. Ads is a whole nother, honestly, it's a whole nother world.
Oh,
So
yeah,
just focus on
exactly.
social.
Okay. Interesting. So, bring your own key deactivated is using a credit. Will it use custom model too?
So was that bring your own key? Yeah, bring your own key. You can customize the model that you choose. So if you don't want to use Claude, you can use Grok, ChatGPT. Yeah, you can customize all the models with bring your own
Okay.
key.
Okay. Let me see. I don't know. Okay. Uh, from John, can you explain what means the white label? Does it mean it can be resell or part of the service given to a client so they can manage their own brand? Hence, how are we managing token split, et?
Okay, so as far as white labeling, which is another thing that we've heard from the community that they're interested in, and it is on our roadmap. White labeling just allows you to, let's say you have Aidelly here, which I showed Aidelly. Everybody sees the logo, the branding. White labeling will change that and make the branding, turn the branding into sort of whatever your agency or your business is. And so let's say you have a customer call, you're on a customer call or sales call. Instead of showing Aidelly and them seeing, okay, what's Aidelly? I never heard of that, or are using somebody else's tool. They'll see your business, your brand, your colors, all those things. The tool will seem like it's your tool, and so that just helps with client, just client trust, client, having them just know you as a business, and it's helps you manage clients as well through custom domain, things like that, reporting. And so it's just to just update the branding essentially to fit your specifications. So
Okay. I also want to mention the white labeling and custom domain was something that was not available before, and this just literally just got decided yesterday, and Wilzer wanted to have that rights option. So it's from agency license only, and it's tier 3. So it does not, if you are, buying the agency license, you will get that. But this is something that wasn't even planned, wasn't even discussed, right? This is something that, founder got the feedback, and he's gonna make it white label. So this is something, more detail will be probably coming in the near future when it's ready, right?
right, yep. So I was gonna.
What else we got? Lots of exciting questions coming in, and I'm
Awesome.
trying my best.
Keep it coming.
Randall is saying, can we separate, bring your own key, be assigned to individual workspace? That's interesting, actually.
That is interesting. Yeah, I mean, as we're building out this feature, we definitely listen to more feedback, and if there's something that makes sense, we definitely want to add it in. So I welcome all feedback. So that's a good feedback. We'll definitely keep that in mind. But right now, the
I,
key is to
I,
everybody.
I warned you, don't get overwhelmed. Lifetime dual buyers, they want everything.
Oh, you guys want everything. Hey,
they,
we
they,
like it,
they,
bro.
they got you, bro. So Nico is asking, so MCP for cloud can create Instagram carousel content. It can be automatically posted via Idly.
Yeah. So if in Claude, you can create automations to create Instagram content carousels. Tell Claude, I want to schedule this to Aidelly. It'll schedule. You'll see it in your calendar on Aidelly. and it'll post out from Aidelly. So that's
Okay.
correct.
From Dixon is want to know about the 25 Twitter connections. So this is guys. I actually want you guys to hear this because the Twitter it comes with a cost, and Wilzer was generous enough to give all these connections for the agencies, where you get 25x a connection limit. So that 25 connection, you can connect to each workspace. And I think there was another thing that what was it? There was something else about the X
Yeah.
Twitter. What was it?
Yeah. So a few things. So yeah, like you mentioned, connections. We have a connection limit per each tier. We have a daily posting limit because, like you said, X API, it costs to do a lot of action. It costs to post. It costs to read messages, things like that. And so, in order for us to give this to our users, we have to have some limits. That's just how it is. And
Yeah.
so, we have limits on daily posting, which are different for the tiers. So,
Most of
mainly posting,
the
yeah.
most of the lifetime deal platform don't even offer that, and they ask for funds and to have it because it's they don't have any control over. Where Aidley team has been generous enough to offer this. And I would say if you have 25 connections, use those connections for your high paid clients who are paying you top dollars, because it does cost, and doesn't matter whoever they go to, they will all charge more money for it.
Exactly.
So thank you, really appreciate that for giving X on this deal. And again, if you do have more connection, again, Wilzer will be able to help you out with the pricing, custom pricing or whatever, And if you have more connection, you can deal with Wilzer directly, and he can work out a deal for you.
Absolutely.
We have okay. Nico is asking chain prompts for threads and X available, right?
Chain prompts? Do you mean like, what is that? Thread posts? I'm not sure
Maybe
exactly.
bulk post or schedule like post,
Yeah.
chain post. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can do bulk. You can do bulk posts for threads, for X. Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. Rohit is asking, can ALD send automated DM, bulk DM on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and X?
Automated bulk DM? No, it can do for Instagram based on a keyword. You can also respond to your DMs from your dashboard, the inbox, but to send them all out at once,
Yeah,
it
you're gonna block your account, right?
yeah,
Your account will get blocked.
yeah,
So,
might get marked
so
as spam if you do that. So
Rohit, I know you love DMing people, and sending them bulk, but there's a lot of restriction now, and you don't want to risk your account getting banned. So they also have to follow to not spam people, right, with all these DMs. Yeah, and have to be careful with if I'm friends with you, I'm probably gonna keep getting all the DMs, so I have to unfriend you right away. What else we got? We got a lot of, again, it's very hard to go on the next one because then new question comes in. Orlando is saying thanks, Wilzer. uh, Nico is saying awesome. And this is I'm starting from the bottom, not starting from the top. The top, there's
okay,
more questions. um,
okay, I see them. That's a lot.
let's see, can meta ads Okay, from Orlando, to use AI and Twitter features, X features, do they run out of credit? If I run out of credit, is it possible to buy them, or is it bring your own key? Sorry if this has already been answered. I just joined the live stream. No
Yeah,
worries, Orlando.
good question. Good question. So yeah, so a bit more about X. So X, with every post, we do charge you credits, and this is charged to your credit that you already have on the app. This doesn't apply
Lifetime
to
deal, yeah.
yeah, it doesn't apply to bring your own key. So even if you have your own key, we're still going to charge credits because that charge ends up back to us ultimately. And so there's no way we can pass that that cost of X to you through bring your own key. And
Makes
so we
sense.
charge, right? We charge not much. It's 2 credits for a post, 22 credits if you include a link because links are priced separately. And if you have a thread, let's say if you like multiple posts, each of those posts are charged differently as well. And so
Yeah.
um, that's how it works pretty much.
Yeah, and I think the way they are making it very harder for users to use the platform, a lot of people have stopped it. I don't know if you are planning to, unless we already have. Do we have Reddit yet or no?
Not yet, but
Not
we're
yet.
looking.
Is it something you are thinking? Not sure. Are you planning?
We're thinking about it for sure. I think that recently their API has gotten a lot more restrictive, but we're looking at ways to kind of make it easy just to create content and instantly just schedule or post it on Reddit. So that's what we're looking into right now.
Okay. Chaitanya is okay. Sorry, let me go for just saying. A workspace. Everyone has a multiple brand business. Exactly. I wish every founder developed and understood this. Thank you.
Yeah, agree.
Agreed. Is Chaitanya is asking, is Twitter included? What about their high API costs? I think you already
Yeah,
answered that. And, like I said, some people understand that, some people know. And I think most of the users now know this is the cost is very high.
mhm.
Manist is asking, looks good. Is there bring your own key? Yes, it is.
Yep.
Are you planning to introduce an AI feature that can handle full conversation with customer in DMs?
Not really. That's an interesting idea, but with full conversation DMs, you have to really trust the AI to
You
get
know,
things. And I
I
don't
I,
know if that's the
I don't
level.
know. I feel like no, we are heading into that era where the AI will look, AI will ask, AI will answer it back. It's like AI is talking to the AI. Like, what the
Yeah,
heck you doing, man?
yeah.
Nothing.
I
So
think
it's,
in the
it's
future,
crazy.
if it gets to a point in the future where we can reliably trust it to not, hey, here's a 50% off discount where you never approved that, in the DM.
Yeah.
So we
Like
definitely
like
do that.
imagine this is just for fun, right, guys? Okay, so let's say
Mhm.
you have a airline agency where you can go and buy tickets or vacation package, and then they have this AI agent set into it, a bot where you can talk to the bot, book a your airline or whatever, and then you have your personal AI, and you tell your personal AI, okay, book me a vacation, look for the best pricing, and here's my credit card, everything you have, because you're my personal AI. And that AI goes to other AI on the airline AI, chatting with that, and they are negotiating.
Yeah, they're
What?
negotiating the best price. I'm trying to haggle
it,
with the AI,
it,
please.
it,
50%
it's
off.
it's crazy when you think about this,
Yeah.
right? Anyway, it's just for the joke. Which the reason I mentioned the vacation, because I am planning a vacation. And I was talking to Umar, and Umar was saying, you should ask Claude. It will plan everything for you. It's the anniversary, right? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to do that, but I actually did that, and I'm like, I got few recommendations. Nothing that I want to choose, but whatever. Um, Emma is asking, can we get more specific with the graphic? Are we able to edit them? That's actually a good question. That's a question I have too.
Good question. So we do have on our roadmap an AI image editor. So for right now, you can talk to the chat and say, hey, change this, change that. But as far as high quality edits where you add logos, things like that, we are working on that. That's on our roadmap. So
I think. Do you think something like Canva integration could be possible, or something that is makes sense?
yeah, that's part of
It does.
our
Okay.
plan uh,
Okay.
with the
Because that
AI
will
image.
be good, because you can create a bulk images, and then these images can be sent to your the library, asset library, and you
Mhm.
can just pick. Also, I have another question. So, for example, the images, and it's again about the images, how the images is being created, and I've seen a lot of people do complain in general. about the
Mhm.
AI images. Sometimes they come out very awesome, and I think they come out very awesome because they don't have so much expectation to begin with. But I think when you are working with some kind of branding or expectation, that you know how you want your branding to be like,
Mhm.
and then you use AI, and then it doesn't come out as nice because they don't know your branding, they don't know what kind of graphic you've been using it, what's your style of images that you picked.
Mhm.
So is there a feature or is there something that you think that you could have or you already have, that I'm telling, okay, these are the guidelines for my graphic, these are 10 images that my graphic designer use, I'm
Mhm.
posting as a guideline? Is there such thing like that?
Yeah, so right now we mainly have the brand colors, which sort of pull a couple of colors and feed that into the image prompt. But we also have just we with every prompt that we send, we give along the entire context of the business. And so we just say create an image, it's going to understand that hey, this business is about this and this. It has this type of look and feel. But absolutely, we can add more.
But you understand where I'm heading, right? So let's say, for example, if uh, like like coffee shop, and coffee shop, they have a different kind of vibe,
Yeah,
they have
exactly.
their own branding colors, they want to attach their logo into it too. Let's say if they want to attach on the graphic their logo, right? And they have a certain colors they use. So this what I'm trying to understand, because the images sometimes, it's again, if they are good images, I'm not saying they
Yeah,
are bad images, but sometimes if they are more towards their branding, right? So it looks like, okay,
right,
these are
exactly.
custom images. So that's something I think would be nice to have a feature like that, where you can upload example images of your branding or your posting.
Yeah, great idea. And definitely, as we build out our image editor tool, we'll definitely be upgrading the models and the capabilities as well. So,
Okay, do you have MCPS from Inderpreet? We do, right?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can see more comments, because where I'm copying the comments from, that okay. Can we, Rohit is asking, can we integrate with Canva, Adobe Express, or Design Tool? I think we already answered that. I'm gonna go. How are you planning to connect with API or Big Buzz?
Amplify and Big Buzz. I'm not too specific on how the integrations work, but we have API. So if those work well with API or with our API, then it should be pretty simple to kind
Yeah.
of integrate with them. So
Okay. 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 I'm gonna see if I can get more questions. There's tons of questions on the top where I don't know if I can. Okay, here. I think I got it. Okay. Guys, I apologize. It's very hard for me to go through these questions because they just move up, right? So there's tons of questions. Would it be possible to know about GDPR and security? It's from John.
absolutely, yeah, great question. Absolutely. So yeah, we definitely take security seriously. We don't store any data that we don't need on our database. All of your social media connections are handled by OAuth, meaning all the platform providers handle the connections. We don't touch any of your connections, and so that keeps us in line with all the data controls, access. We are planning to put out some more specific documentation on that soon, but everything is handled off platform by the platform holders as far as social connections, and we only store your data that is relevant to Adely. Which, if you want to learn more, you can go to the privacy and the terms. But aside from that, pretty by the book, in terms of security.
From Millie, when do you think will white label launch? Like,
No exact date yet. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up too much, but we are. That's our big. We're looking into it. We see it's a priority, and so just stay tuned. We'll have more to announce on that.
okay. Andy's asking, unlimited social connection beside X, is it sustainable?
Yes. All the other platforms, there's no charge. There's no cost to connect accounts. Account holders, they might have rate limits on posting. And so those are just natural from every platform. But as far as connecting accounts, there's no limit to how many accounts you can connect, which is
All
why
right.
we're able
Thank
to
you for your honesty.
yeah.
Because sometimes I have seen, like, there's like connection limit. I don't know why, but there is.
Yeah, there's no
But I understand everybody has to make money.
limit.
Um, Nico is asking, automation can be report to, or is it only for post and comments?
Automation, like the DM automation.
Automation can be report to. I don't know. I don't know what. Nico, if you can rephrase your question, that will be better. Fahad is asking, is it safe to connect your LinkedIn? Do you use their official API or any other way to automate it?
Yeah, so we like it's definitely safe. We use all the official APIs. Pretty standard. If you go to any site that offers LinkedIn connection, it works the same way. So
Okay. Can we train it on our brand voice to generate the content? Yes, you can.
yep, you can. Hmm.
Uh, does Airly have a mobile app for Android and iOS?
No, it doesn't. We have a mobile. Our website is optimized for mobile. No plans for a mobile app. We thought about it, but that's a huge undertaking. So
Yeah,
unless
it's a,
they're
it's a lot of work, and I think with all these AI stuff, with all this like stuff that goes on the background, like I don't know how it will work. So I don't know, because sometimes I think you do need a full view to generate properly. Again, it's like even Canva has a mobile app, like, and I
mm,
use Canva, but I I can never use it on my mobile phone. Maybe on tablet I can use it, but not on my
it's,
mobile phone. I'll
it's, it's too
I
hard
always
to.
have to use a desktop or my MacBook to use it.
Agreed.
But I do like the idea of mobile app. I don't know. Maybe you can build a mobile app where you can see what is going on, or maybe you can approve it. So let's say if I have agency and I have clients, and I give them a link. Okay, this is a mobile app. These are the posting I'm doing. You just need to approve it, just for
Yeah,
approval or something,
yeah. I think
or
based on workflows, I think a mobile app would be
yeah.
interesting to have. So I
Yeah,
definitely.
not to create like a post, but to just to
Mhm.
approve it and just to see the reports, and maybe that could be useful.
Right.
What else we get? Can I see the analytics? Like, what is advanced? I think we already shared the screen. Nico,
Mm.
you gotta buy the tool to see the analytics now. Okay.
Yeah. Can't show you again. But just
Will
to
you
answer,
consider?
the advanced is pretty much the specific post you can view, and also the analytics, the AI analytics. That's the
Okay.
advanced part.
We have another question from Dixon Yang. Will you consider adding unified inbox? I understand it's out of scope for common SMM social media tools, but will it make Adly stand out? Which I agree. Uh,
So
so, is there an option for that social inbox?
social inbox in terms of like you mean
In
like
terms
someone.
of if, like, the DMs I'm getting, the messages I'm getting. For example, if I have a business page, um, agency managing 10, 20 businesses, and then all the messages, like say inquiry comes in for a specific business, that comes to a DM. You know how you use it on your Facebook app,
Mhm.
but it shows up on Italy, right? On a different workspace. So 10
Okay.
different workspace have a 10 different Facebook profile or Instagram profile, and all my DMs comes there.
Got it. Okay. Okay. No, that's interesting for sure. Yeah. As we continue to improve the inbox, we'll definitely take that into consideration. But that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do like this feature, because it will, like she said, that it will make at least stand out from the competitors. It will,
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
and I will personally use it. Uh, if I did not miss it, detail about the company and sustainability would be nice. Okay, we have already shared that. Uh, John, I think we already got some of the questions. It's just talking to me. I'm just answering them. John,
Mhm.
your questions is already there. So, guys, people who have asked questions, regardless of you have asked questions here or YouTube, they will all be considered for the chance to win a 50% off coupon. Okay. And again, there's gonna be only one. Okay. How does Aidly define itself different from traditional tool like Metricool, Hootsuite, or Buffer? Good question.
Yep, I get that question all the time, and the answer is we're an agentic social media scheduler. So all those tools are very big, very bloated, very advanced, and in terms of just there's all these dashboards and different features. We want to make it as simple as possible for you to just get in there, create content, and post, because that's the ultimate goal with all these tools is to show up online. And so we give you the chat agent, we give you all the MCP connections, API connections, which are really customizable to your workflow. Where these other tools, they might just have API only. They might not have, a chat or MCP or all these deep connections that we have. And so that's the major feature difference. And we're a leaner team. We're a faster team. We can adapt quicker to the changes in AI and marketing quicker than the bigger players can.
Perfect. Um, Andy is asking, does it support CSV import?
As far as content, we don't support that yet. But on the MCP, you can build that into your connections. So you can send it to Claude, say, read this MCP, turn this content into content for Adely. Same thing with API. So like I mentioned, we have a lot of different connections, different ways to get what you're trying to get in terms of that. So
Okay. Just out of my own curiosity. So, for example, if I do manage a business on Facebook, a page, now when
mhm.
I connect my page, does in the back end Aidly understands like what my posting style is and what my how my behavior have been on this, like is there such thing like that or no, does it analyze it?
Yeah, that's done through our analytics. So with our analytics for the platforms that we support, we can read your posts, not only the engagement, the analytics, but the content and understand, okay, what did I post this past week? And it gets deeper when you actually have content in Adely because we can just pull directly from the calendar and say, hey, these are my themes from the past week, understand how I write and post and kind of create content similar to that.
Okay. uh,
Yep.
I think a lot of people forgot that. So when, let's say, if Aidly is making the content, creating the image, and if I
Mhm.
want to send like a CTA, like a link, can it do that?
A link in the post or a link to
Like, so
the
for example, if I have a automobile business or roofing business, and I want to get more booking, right? All my content is post about is like
Mhm.
getting a lead that I want people to pick booking, go on my booking page after clicking there, right? So is there such thing like that or no?
Yeah, you just add your website and the brand. It already has your website connected, so you can say you can give it a memory. You can just tell it, make sure you always include my website in the call to action, and it'll
Okay.
include the website and the call to action in every post
Okay.
to
Okay.
your booking, to your whatever page you want to send people to.
Okay. And does it, is it the direct link or is it like a link, some link shortener or something like that? Because I know a lot of social media tool, they have a link shortener tool to, like, I
Mhm.
don't know. Does
Yeah,
it have anything like
it's a direct link, but we can definitely see into adding different types of links and things like that. So that's something else we had on our roadmap before we
that?
even.
You do, right? Okay.
We
Okay.
have a custom link tool that we're working on.
Yeah,
It's on the
I'm
road.
surprised nobody mentioned that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Uh, there
yeah.
was a question about the Snapchat. Does it support Snapchat?
We don't support Snapchat. If there's a lot of interest, we can look into it, but that's not on our. Because Snapchat kind of works differently, right? It's sort of 24 hours and then it's gone. But it's something that we can look into.
Okay. Is the agent able to search topic in real time, analyze commercial intent, keep up the local marketing trending topics, and write and plan content?
Yes, yes to all the questions. Yes, you can search the web, you can do research, you can tell Adely research the latest trends, and it will know, okay, it's 2026. It's, what month is it? It's May. Let me find the latest trends about what relevant to the user and create content based on that. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I think I cannot go more further up. So that's about it. There's one question. I'm trying to see if I don't want to. Okay, so there's few more question at the bottom. The new questions. It's from Christina. This might be a silly question. It's not a silly question. All questions, are good questions here. Beside one question, which I cannot tell you. But does it work in a language other than English, like Spanish or Portuguese?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we actually got that question the other day. And so right now the UI mainly is in English. Depending on your browser language or your device language, some of the things might change. But as far as the agent, you can speak to the agent in any language and it'll respond to you in that language. And so if you want to create content in your specific language, just tell it to do that and it'll write the content in your language, because it knows AI has that knowledge already of different languages. And so yeah, in that way it supports it.
Uh, but is this something you're gonna implement, like having us like Spanish, like the platform, like fully translated to Spanish language? Is it something that's on your
Yeah.
roadmap or something you're considering?
Yeah, something we're considering, because we definitely want Aidelly to be, accessible to all languages, all regions. So yes, absolutely.
We had one of the founders, I believe, I can't remember. One of the founder, he did implement the language thing, and it was very hard before, but I think it's with all the AI stuff, it's quite easy now. So I think if the Spanish can happen, that would be good. There is a lot of Spanish customers. What else? Okay. Alina is saying the MCP seems really cool. Hope to see the image generation soon. Did you cover post? It's, I just don't know how to pronounce. It's the POST versus Edley. I came late from it. I don't think we are here to compare any tools with other tools. But if there is a specific feature, feel free to let us know. Unless you want to compare, I think it's not nice. Uh, Great to know I'm in. Perfect. All right. That's about it. Again, if I have missed any of your questions, I apologize. But uh, Wilzer will go through all the questions one more time. Uh, Make sure we have not missed any questions, and he will answer them after the event. We'll take a break, and yeah, I think it's a exciting tool. Thanks for doing such a long live event with us for our audience. Do you have any last like words that you want your audience to know, why they should buy it, leave anything?
Yeah, definitely. So thanks everybody again for tuning in, and thanks Sam for setting this up. And yeah, so Aidelly is for people who are ready to take their business to the next level, ready to take their brand to the next level. And the big part of that is being online and marketing yourself and pushing yourself out there. I used to be someone who was, self-conscious about posting online. I thought I was bothering people or annoying, or I don't want to post every day. But if you don't post about your brand, your business, nobody's going to know it. It's just, no matter how amazing your business is, no matter how amazing your offering is, you have to let people know. You have to do it, proudly, And so Aidelly just makes that a lot easier for you to do that. So if you're ready to just really get serious about posting online, get serious about marketing, because the longer you wait, the harder it is to ramp up. It takes a while to really ramp up your socials and get to that point where you're getting leads and followers every single day. But it takes that daily grind that Aidelly makes very easy. So if you're ready to just really get started and take your marketing and get your marketing going, then Aidelly is perfect. We have so many different tools, so many different ways you can use it. I'm a very accessible founder. Like, I answer all emails, everything. If you hit any issues, I'm answering emails all day and fixing issues as quick as I can. So just reach out, and let's just all just grow together, as business owners, as solopreneurs, as brand owners, whatever it may be. So
Perfect,
go try
perfect.
it.
Thank you so much. And again, I want to add one more thing. Either you are ready or not, this is going to be moving forward a new way of how you post, how you schedule, how AI works in your business. Whether you like it or not, this is going to happen. And this is happening. So if you're worried about your competitor, coming out with so many post ideas and stuff like that, you don't want to be left behind.
Yep.
And for that reason, you should get Italy.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Wilzer.
Yeah.
I highly appreciate for all your time. And thank you, guys. Stay tuned. Be launching more tools. See you. Bye.
See you, everybody. Thanks. Bye.